If you are 13, 21 years old, please do not make my mistakes. Hi, I'm Jeffy. I was unhappy for a long part of my life, or more precisely, my teenage life. I did things I didn't want to do. I didn't like myself. I was depressed, and that depression was taking its toll on me and my loved ones, which made me a shitty friend. And at one point, it got so intense that I was ready to end it all and just hang myself seriously. I'm not exactly the example of how a teenager should live when I was 13, 14, or 15, but I am an example of what you shouldn't do as a 13-year-old. Because there are things we all consider normal, completely everyday, but secretly they're just fucking sabotaging our lives. If you want to live confidently, if you want to like yourself, if you want to be happy, if you want to be a good friend, if you want to have a good relationship with yourself, these are things that everyone truly wants. They're necessary to maximize the experience of life as a teenager. So there are certain things we can't do to simply live better. And today I want to share my mistakes that I wish you wouldn't make. Because really, why the fuck? Social media was my prison. The thing I struggled with most as a teenager was social media. Nowadays, everyone uses it, and honestly, in a good way, some people manage to use it in a controlled way. But me? I'm the kind of brain that's never been able to control anything. Never. Seriously. I either do something or I don't. Maybe things have changed a bit for me today, now that I've gotten over my mess and learned to function. But back then, I was scrolling for 5 or 6 hours a day. And when I drank, I could get so drunk I was talking nonsense. But with social media, it was a different kind of addiction. As soon as I woke up, it didn't matter if it was a school day at 6 a.m. or a weekend at noon. I'd barely open my eyes, reach for my phone, and dive right into notifications. Then TikTok, scrolling endlessly for an hour or more. Can you imagine that? It's noon and you just woke up, but instead of getting up, you're scrolling TikTok. Then later, gaming or scrolling again until late at night. And then the next morning, the same shit. Scrolling. I was literally sitting in bed scrolling until 1 a.m. The problem? Social media unlearned me boredom. Because when you scroll for 5 or 6 hours a day, checking the news here, TikTok there, your brain needs constant stimulation. So when something real and boring comes along, like a walk, talking to your grandma, or even reading a book, you don't have the energy for it. You just don't want to. Schoolwork? Ha! A fucking chore that you don't care about. Because your brain craves instant pleasure and isn't willing to work through hardship now just to get better later. Honestly, I was like that. Social media rewired my brain to hate boredom. I couldn't even watch a normal movie. After 5 or 10 minutes, I'd grab my phone and scroll TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. It was too little for me. Too few themes, too few colors, too few fast cuts, too few sounds. Not enough stimulation for a young guy brainwashed by his phone. Studying? A joke. How do you focus when your brain is screaming for the next viral clip or meme? It's like your attention gets stolen by a million tiny distractions and you can't get it back. Because of all that, I barely passed high school, not by a comfortable margin. I scraped by so close it scared me. I failed classes I should have aced, missed deadlines, and coasted on fumes. At the end, I was wrecked and had to do summer school to make up for all the shit I fucked up. And you know what's the saddest part? After thousands of hours of scrolling, I remember nothing about those videos, not a single thing. It was a complete waste of time. Worse, a lot of what I watched had a negative impact. I was watching depressing TikToks, those slideshows with sad music and depressing messages. No wonder I felt like ending my life. Pornography messed up my teenage years too. Another thing that totally fucked up my teenage years was believing that pornography was normal. Seriously, I thought it was some kind of physiological need, say, that I had to watch porn and masturbate like it was natural and necessary. But that's bullshit, pure bullshit. Having sex is a real physiological need, sure, but watching other people do crazy shit in orgies with 40 people with freaky-ass bodies and who knows what else, that's all fake. It's a script, a show. Porn is completely staged, made up, not real life at all. And man, porn fucked me up bad. It made me depressed, made me hate myself, crushed my confidence, and completely warped how I saw myself. I straight up didn't like Jeffy, the guy I was. It gave me this disgust for myself that was hard to shake. I seriously lost will to live for a while, and I can say with all honesty, porn had a big part in that darkness. On top of the mental shit, it made me a shitty partner. When I got into a relationship with a girl I really loved, I ended up hurting her. Because porn comes with consequences. It sabotages real relationships. I learned that if you want a happy, fulfilling relationship full of love and connection, there's no place for porn. No place for looking at naked women on your phone and jerking off to that shit. It steals all the satisfaction out of the relationship. Trust me, it's not worth it. I ruined my expectations, my head got all fucked up. You know how it is when every time you watch porn, it's a new girl? Not the same one twice. Your brain gets used to chasing new stimuli like a drug. So when you actually get a girl in real life, you get bored. It sucks. You don't want that. I'm telling you, it's not good. Taking responsibility changed everything. There's one more thing I want to talk about. And honestly, when I changed this, my life got way better. When I was a teenager, I was fat. I hated my body. I hated how I looked. And on top of that, I felt like I had no talent, no skills, no future. But here's the thing. I didn't take responsibility. I blamed my past. I told myself, I'm fat because of my knee injury when I was 9. I'm not good at anything because I was born that way. Life's just harder for me than for others. All bullshit excuses. What kind of mindset is that? I was scared to take responsibility for myself. If something in your life sucks, if you don't like how things are, don't give up your power by blaming others. If you keep blaming your parents, your friends, your school, your genetics, you'll never get better. You hand over control of your life to them. But the moment you say, this is my fault, my responsibility, and I'm gonna fix it, everything changes. Seriously, everything gets better. So yeah, I fucked up, but I'm fixing it. You can too. These were the 3 biggest mistakes I made as a teenager, and I really want you to not make them. Because if you avoid these traps, your life will automatically get so much better. That's what I want for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.